Namaste and welcome to a series of simple solutions for problems in financial management. We are starting with cash flow, and in part A we have taken a simple illustration. Going forward, we will take up illustrations with additional transactions for a comprehensive solution in the matter. Let's go ahead. In cash flow analysis, what happens is a cash flow statement highlights how cash and cash equivalents have changed from one balance sheet to the other, and it also highlights what are the causes for the change. Cash flows includes both inflows and outflows. Inflows are nothing but sources of cash and outflows are uses of cash. As per Accounting Standard 3, every enterprise shall prepare and present a cash flow statement for each period, that is financial year, and the related statements. How does the cash flow builds up? Accounting Standard 3 defines what is cash. It is cash on hand and deposits with banks. In addition to that, it talks of cash equivalents. Cash equivalents are nothing but short-term, say 3 months or less, highly liquid investments which are readily convertible into cash with insignificant risk of change in value. If these conditions are fulfilled by an investment which is of short term, it could also be taken as a part of balance in the beginning, cash and cash equivalents. From there, it talks of three flows: cash flows from operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. And we close the statement with closing balance of cash and cash equivalents. What we are doing in the process is we are collecting the details from profit and loss account and balance sheet, processing it to find out the cash flow for the entire year, which is grouped into things pertaining to operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. Why this grouping? Because our business, if operations is our business, our cash flow has to be studied in detail, and it should be a major transaction so far as the company is concerned. The other two are investing and financing. We will get into its details as we go further. Let us just see what is cash flow from operating activities. Operating activities, we talk of revenue producing activities. If company is into production of motors, from the production of motors, whatever cash flow that we generate, that is a operating activity. It is a cash flow from operating activities. There are two methods of getting operating activity cash flow: direct method based on transaction wise details. Second one is indirect method. We will be using in our illustration the indirect method. Here we have the template cash flow from operating activities, which has got profit and loss account, profit after tax, and other details. Let us get into the details of it. Then we have got cash from investing activities. Investing activities are long-term assets and other investments. We are talking of dividends received, fixed assets, and others. Third, we have got cash flow from financing activities. This is mainly of debt and equity. If you can just see, it is pertaining to long-term loans, dividends and interests. Financing activities, owner's capital, preference share capital and borrowing of the enterprise. That adds up there. Net increase from these three activities is summed up and we put opening and closing opening cash balance. Find out what should be the closing cash balance as per this statement. And this is how the template piles up. Let us go further. This is cash from operating activities which we saw. What does this comprise? Cash flow from operating activities. It takes net profit before tax, or we can take in our example, if the last balance of the profit is after tax, we can add back the tax and we take that amount. And then non-cash, non-operating items debited, we are adding it back. For example, depreciation is a non-cash item which was debited to profit and loss account. We are adding. When we add, it is plus. When we deduct, it is minus. Non-cash, non-operational items credited. Either it is non-cash and non-operational item. Depreciation is, it is an operational item, but it is a non-cash item. Dividend received is a cash item, but it is a non-operating item. It has nothing to do with our production. Therefore, if it is non-operating, then we have to look into deducting it from the account. We deduct it because it was wrongly added. Then we also look into creditors, stock and debtors, which are nothing but our working capital. If the working capital, if creditors increase, means we are getting more cash into the system. If stock decreases, means we are selling stock, we are receiving cash. If debtors decrease, if debtors pay us back the money, our cash balance increases. These are nothing but working capital changes. Changes in current operating assets and liabilities. Operating assets are nothing but working capital assets. And that will give us the working capital changes. Non-cash and non-operating expenses, we receive the total here. Total of these three talks of what is the cash generated from the operations. And we have an income tax. Income tax is paid on the profit earned from operations. Therefore, it is only a matter of presentation. We add it back here and at the end we pay it out. There is no accounting implication. It is only a matter of presentation because income tax is paid out of cash generated. 1,300, just an example. And that way we receive net cash from or used in. When it is positive, it is net cash flow into the company. When it is negative, it is used in operating activities. Then, as we saw, subtotals we are putting. Once we get it, we go to the second stage, cash flow from investing activities. What is investing activities? Investing in the fixed assets. Investments. In the balance sheet side, we have got fixed assets, investments and working capital assets, current assets. Fixed assets and investments come under the grouping of investing. On the investments, we might receive, if it is a debenture investment, we might receive interest. If it is an equity investment, we might receive dividend. All these are covered under this. If dividend is received under operating activities, this was received, it is deducted here because it cannot appear under operations. It has to appear under investments. Therefore, it is deducted here and it is added here. And if we purchase some fixed assets, it is not coming under operations because here we talk of only working capital. If you buy fixed assets, you are paying out some money, then it will come here. And total of these is net cash from or used in. Since it is negative, It is net cash used in investing activities 2750. This is just an example. Then comes the third one, cash flow from financing activities. What do we indicate there in financing activities? It talks of debt and equity. It may be shares or debentures or borrowings. And on equity, we always pay dividend. And on debt, we pay interest. These items, if we come here, there is an interest paid. Interest paid is not a part of operating. It has to move into here. Therefore, interest whatever we have paid, it was charged before. We reversed it. We are taking it back and showing it here. 700 as 700 interest paid. Now, here dividend paid, we are showing it as an indication, but we have not shown it here on the top. This is just an illustration as to how the three components will be made of. We total the three, find out, and then go ahead. And if you add this from operations, from investing, and from financing, this is the net change in the cash flow. Net increase in cash and cash equivalents during the year. Means if you started with X amount, during the year you had an addition of 50, your closing balance has to be X plus 50, and it works like that only. Cash and cash equivalents in the beginning is 300. During the year under ABC, we have received 50 as increment, and that takes our closing balance to 350. Cash flow statement has to be understood in these three components. Let us take an illustration. This is an exam question of June 19. Let us understand the cash flow statement from here. Now, when you have a problem like this, first you have to be very clear which is current year and which is previous year. First column is current year, second column is previous year. One thing to be very clear. Number two, here it is given amount in 1000. You have to be very clear, particularly when you come to items in the adjustment or explanation. Here it says the company paid dividend of 900,000 or 9 lakh, but in our working we are supposed to show it in 1000. Therefore, you have to be very clear. Your working takes care of 900, not 9 lakhs. Third, you have to see whether there is any loan or debenture where percentage is indicated. In this case, there is no percentage indicated. If there is preference shares, we have to provide for preference dividend. There are no preference shares. And the method to be used for operations, you can just see, please prepare cash flow statement revised for the year using indirect method. We will be using indirect method. That is our template. You need to remember this template very clearly. Have these three groupings clearly done from operating, investing, financing, total from these three, opening balance, closing balance. Now let's get going after having understood the basics. What are we going to do? We will start with profit after tax as the first item, 1650. We take from the bottom and we post it here. Once we post, we take it forward. That item is covered. We go to the next item. There is depreciation. We saw depreciation is a non-cash item. Therefore, if it is deducted, it has to be added back. We are adding it back, but it has to move from operations because it is a non-cash. How to get its cash component? For that, we have to go to its parent account, which is fixed assets account, which we will work out at the end. Therefore, keep it pending depreciation. We will use it through fixed assets to find out what is the cash component from the fixed assets account. Once that is done, we have covered profit and loss account and depreciation. Now we will take dividend received. Dividend received is not an operational item. It was added before. We will deduct it and dividend received pertains to investments. Therefore, we will deduct from here and we will add here. With that, dividend is covered. Next comes interest. We have paid interest of 700. It is in operations statement. We have deducted it. We will add it back. Then we will show it under. It is interest paid is always on equity or debt. Therefore, it should come under financing, interest paid. We will deduct it here. We have covered the 4 items. Then comes the income tax. Income tax is a matter of presentation. We have deducted it, add it back, show it as a payment separately as a external line item. With that, we have covered the entire profit and loss account. And this dividend has nothing to do with profit and loss. It is outside. Therefore, take out the total. Now we go to balance sheet. Take the long-term loan. It was 5,000. It has become 5,500. Means we have got 500 as source. Show it under source under financing activities. Then take creditors. Creditors coming under working capital. Working capital will form a part of operations. Last year we had 1,750. This year 1,800 means we got extra cash flow of 50 additional. Add it here. Then come to stock. Stock was 3,400. We sold stock and reduced it. When you sold, you received cash. How much cash did come? 3,400 minus 3,400. Add it here. Debtors, we had 3,800 to be collected, but we collected about 350 and debtors came down to 3,450. Whatever 350 you collected, show it as your source. With that, you have covered working capital. Put a total there. With that, operations is over, working capital is over, your cash generation before tax is 5,200, you paid a tax of 1,300. 3,900 is net cash used in, it is not used in, it is from operating activities. Now, with that, we have to go to fixed assets, sorry, profit and loss account, because there is a dividend. Profit and loss account, opening balance is 4,250. We have posted it. Closing balance is 5,000. We post it. Then we find profit after tax is 1,650. We post it. After that, there is a dividend paid of 900. This is what we said in the beginning. If you put 900, the account is perfectly matched. There is no additional entry to be paid, to be posted, except dividend paid has to be posted in our cash flow because it was not appearing in the statement before. Therefore, go back here, take this account of profit and loss. You have to post from profit and loss account 900,000 dividend paid. Dividend is pertaining to financing. Post dividend payment of 900. Then we have got fixed assets. Opening balance of 8,500. Closing balance of 10,500. We post it. Then we have got a depreciation of 1,000. Show it in that account. Depreciation. Depreciation posted. Then the account looks like this. There is a difference. 11,500 minus 8,500 means we have purchased fixed assets during the year 3,000, which is a cash outflow. Go to your cash flow statement. Take this account. Post the balancing 3,000 as assets purchased. It is an outflow. With this, the cash flow from investing schedule is 2,750. Financing is 1,100. You come here and then see share capital. There is no change. We have covered entire balance sheet and profit and loss account. Effect of A plus B plus C, 3,900, 2,750, 1,100 is net addition of 50 on our cash flow. What is our opening balance? Opening balance is 300 and our closing balance 300, surplus is 50, total is 350. Closing balance as per the balance sheet is 350 and our cash flow also generated 350. Congratulations, we have matched the cash flow with its three components and we have gone through item by item how do we treat it, and that gives us a confidence to solve cash flow with a lot of ease and satisfaction. All the very best. Thank you. Thanks a lot.